Hello everyone. In today's meeting, we are going to learn about the sounds of language, or it's called phonetics. Phonetics relate to how can you spell the words and how can you pronounce those words. Spelling will always be a problem in communication, primarily if it is related to pronunciation. The wrong pronunciation with a particular context can build a misunderstanding between interlocutors. Okay, now let us see the first slide. We go to the definition of phonetics. Phonetic is the general study of the characteristic of speech sounds, and it is more about articulatory phonetics, which is the study of how speech sounds are made or articulated. Other areas of study are acoustic phonetics, which deals with the physical properties of speech as sound waves in the air, and auditory phonetics or perceptual phonetics, which deals with the perception via the air of speech sounds. Okay, so to improve your understanding of phonetics, you can learn more about the International Phonetic Alphabet or IPA, the analytic framework for the study of speech segments developed and refined for over 100 years. You can check the full APA chart at internationalphoneticalphabet.org. And this is the website, so you can check it by yourself. Okay, so now we start with a consonant. There are three features of consonants. They are the voice, voiceless distinctions or voiceless distinction, the place of articulation, and the manner of articulation. Okay, so for this case, we will see it through its articulatory phonetics, which is how speech sound produced using the fairly complex oral equipment we have. It can be started with the lungs, air pushed out through the trachea, and windpipe to the larynx. And then in your larynx, you have your vocal folds, or it's also called as vocal cord, with two primary positions. So they are, when the vocal folds or vocal cords are spread apart, the lungs air passes between them with no obstruction, producing voiceless sounds. And then when the vocal folds are drawn together, the lungs air repeatedly pushes them apart as it passes through, with a vibration effect producing voice sound. Okay, now let's see the distinction between these two basic positions. Now place your fingertip uh, gently on the top of your Adam's apple. It is the part of your larynx, or try to see um, the picture on your screen. So let's say your vocal cords. Yeah, so try to put your finger on your vocal cords or your Adam apple. And then, yeah, so the Adam apple, it is the part of your larynx that you can feel in your neck, below your chin, and then try to produce the sound, this sound. Wait a minute.
Z,
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 z. And then for the V sound.
v,
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 v. So these are the voice sounds. It is voice. That means you should be able to feel some vibration. Now keep your fingertip in the same position and make the sound S,
s, s,
and then F,
f,
So these are the voiceless sound and there should be no vibration. Okay, now we go to the next slide, the place of articulation. Mainly consonant sounds are produced using the tongue and other parts of the mouth to constrict or shape the oral cavity through which the air is passing. When the front of the mouth move and work back, it means it tries to describe the place of articulation of most consonant sound. Okay, now let's see the place of articulation based on some kinds of consonants. They are bilabial, labiodental, dentals, alveolar, palate, velar, and glottals. And you will learn it deeply in phonology and pronunciation class. Okay, now let us go to manner of articulation. So it's about the way the consonant pronounce. When we focus on the place of articulation for consonant, as in the previous slide, we can see that T and S are similar in that they are both voiceless alveolar, but they are different sounds. The difference is in how they are pronounced on of or their manner of articulation. So the T sound is a stop consonant and the S sound is fricative. So let's see how it is different. So T sound is a stop. Yeah, the T sound is stop. So can you feel that? T, t. Yeah, so it's stop and then the S sound is fricative.
S, S,
Okay. Okay, so in this slide, there are six kinds of manner of articulation with the type of sounds, namely stops, fricatives, affricates, nasals, liquid, and glides. And you can also see the manner of articulation, for example, for stops. So the manner of articulation is block airflow, let it go abruptly. So let us try to pronounce it. So we have the voiceless and voice sound for these stops. So for example, the sound, the P sound. So how do you pronounce it? So by, yeah, p, p. So it's for
pen,
pan. And then the T sound
T,
for
tip,
tip. And then the K sound, k,
K,
k. Yeah. So you blow the airflow when you are trying to pronounce or to produce this sound. And for the voice one, we have B,
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 B. And then we also have
D,
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 D. And then the last one is
G,
G,
G.
G. Okay, try to see the difference between stop and fricatives. So the fricatives, you almost block airflow, let it escape through a narrow gap. Um, we have the voice lens and then the voice sound as well. Yeah, so it's same with stops. So let us try to pronounce the voice lens for fricatives. We have, and then we also have, yeah, and we also have the S sound,
S, S,
and then another S,
sh, sh,
and then the H sound. So you can see the difference between stop and fricatives. And let us see the first one. We have
v,
and then we also have
v,
yeah, and then the Z or Z sound,
z,
and then the last one.
j.
Yeah, so that's the difference between stops and fricatives. Okay, so in this slide, you can see the chart where the place of articulation and the manner of articulation are combined. For example, it is alveolar, if you see the alveolar one. And then for consonant T, the T sound, and the Z sound is stop. So it's for the T sound, it is alveolar, voiceless, and the Z sound is stop. So that's how you read this table. Now let's see the vowel. While the consonant sounds are mostly articulated via obstruction in the vocal tract, vowel sounds are produced with a relatively free airflow. They are typically voiced to describe the vowel sound. We consider how the tongue influences the shape through which the air must pass. So to talk about the place of articulation, we think of space inside the mouth as having a front versus a back and a high versus a low area. Thus, in the pronunciation of heat and heat, heat and heat, we talk about high front vowels because the sound is made with the front part of the tongue in a raised position. Okay, so the following slide is the chart of the classification of the most common vowel sounds. It is also provided with a list of the significant vowels with examples of familiar words, illustrating some of the possible variation in spelling possible for each sound. Okay, so after I have explained to you the vowel, now let us go to diphthong. It is the combination of two vowel sounds. When we produce diphthong, our vocal organs move from one vocalic position A to another L as we create the sound, yeah, L, and then as in high and by. The movement in the diphthong is from low toward the high front. And let me play the sound for diphthong. For example, we have for here,
Ear,
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 for here.
here.
And then we have A for
Game,
game, and
ur,
for
pure.
pure. And then
Oi,
I for
toy.
toy,
O,
L for
no.
no,
Air,
for
where.
where,
I,
I for
mine.
mine,
Ow,
L for
how.
how. So those are the example of diphthongs. Okay, so those are my explanation about the sounds of language or phonetics. Um, Thank you for your good participation in this class. And if you have any question, do not hesitate to contact me through WhatsApp group, or maybe you can send me the message privately. Thank you, everyone, and don't forget to do the assignment after this.